Okay, now we're going to go to 30, 60, 90 triangles. That's no good. Let me get the black marker. Okay. All right. 30, 60, 90 triangles. You may have saw this pattern a little bit when we were doing our similar triangles with geometric mean. You may or may not have. So this ratio is going to go A radical 3, 2A. Think to yourself, what's bigger, 2 or radical 3? 2, because radical 3 has to be less than 2 because it's less than radical 4. So the largest side is going to be 2A. What is the largest side of a right triangle? Yep, that's right, the hypotenuse. What's bigger, A radical 3 or A? A radical 3. So that gives us the smallest side is A. And the smallest side is always across from the smallest angle, so A is across from 30. And then A radical 3. You can find these notes in your note packet that we handed out on Friday, and it's also up on the course pages. I'll try to figure out how to get it on Classroom, but you can find it on the course pages. It's all right there as PDFs. So let's look at how this would work. Let's take a basic one. Let's say across from 30 was 7. So that would give me, let me cut that off. All right, across from 7, 30. 2A is just 2 times 7, 14, pretty basic. And then here would be 7 radical 3. All right, that's the easiest version of it. The next easiest is if I give you the hypotenuse. If I give you the hypotenuse, and let's say that hypotenuse is 20, okay? Like we did before, we're going to label it. Inside A, 2A, A radical 3, okay? Let's get that a little closer to you. By labeling this, you could say, all right, what equation can I create? Do I have A here? No, so I need to come up with an equation. 2A is equal to 20. 2A corresponds to 20. So that means 2A is 20, and I'm going to solve for A. Divide by 2, A is 10. So A is 10, and then obviously I'm just going to substitute this in for A radical 3, and that's going to give you 10 radical 3. Okay? The key is setting up what it attaches to what, because in the end, when it gets a little more complicated, you're going to want to have that option. Now, let's talk about when the side across from 60 is a whole number. Let's start with something easy like 12. Okay? We want to solve for these two parts, x and y. I need to label inside here A, 2A, A radical 3. A radical 3 corresponds with 12. I'm going to divide both sides by radical 3. I have to rationalize the denominator. So A is 12 radical 3 over 3, which reduces to 4 radical 3. So X is 4 radical 3. Y is going to be 8 radical 3 because we're multiplying it by 2. I'm going to assign you some work from the books, okay, some basic work. And that'll be for tomorrow. But today, if you look in your packets, there's a sheet called Checking for Understanding. It's about 6 problems right here. I want you to find this in your packets, work on these 6 today. I'll post the answer key tomorrow. You might even be able to zoom in, you're good at all this, right? Don't cheat, you're not gonna hurt you, you're not gonna help yourself with that. All right, so complete this, Checking for Understanding. Tomorrow will be a basic assignment. Then the next day we'll do some more complex stuff. All right, be safe.